Given the scenario is either individual, how would you approach the other?
First, listen to how Sue prepares, why they prepare like that, and then explain, my rationale for taking time each day in order to get myself ready for the meeting and why this process is important to me. And then I would somehow, let them know that their process is important, my process is important, and figure out a way to find that middle ground because we both have the same goal of preparing well for the meeting, having a wonderful deliverable at the end of the day when that deadline hits.
If I was Sue, I would try to have, again, a valid reason for why I would rather just wait until the last minute to complete a project. Depending on the type of project you're working on, sometimes you do need to wait until the last minute if you're waiting for information from a third party or somebody else to get you something.
As a third party, how would you interact with both of them to find a common ground?
Being that middle ground of saying, this is what I'm hearing, this is where I think this person's confused, and this is, I think, how we can reach resolution. And so with Matt and Sue, we have somebody that works through a process. We have somebody that works through a process in a shorter time frame, like Sue. If they were to butt heads or, not want to be as collaborative, that's, I think, the value of having somebody in that middle role as the conduit to, listen to both sides because not everybody in this world, which is what I had to realize too, is going to work well together.
Well, I find a lot of times when you have two parties that work that have completely divergent ideas of what they're trying to achieve, the best way to start out is to get them one at a time to tell me what their plan is, why they think their plan is the best, why they want to execute it in a certain course of action. So then that way I can fully understand where both parties are coming from without their individual, or I'm sorry, without them arguing with each other to try to make each point better. I would rather them just tell me their points individually, separate from each other, and then I could come together with both of them to help them agree on the best course of action.
Finally, what practices would you take to ensure the relationship stays intact going forward without further complications?
It's all about, aside from communication and transparency, it's all about having just a plan and a contingency plan.
Coworkers are talking behind your back just breeds conflict. So making sure that both parties get a chance to talk to each other, because largely conflict arises from people just refusing to communicate.